So step one of filming this is getting up here. Let's see if my upper body strength's where it needs to be. Is this stable? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up my shoulder. That was like a little bit difficult, but I got it. This actually feels really good. You know, I came out today, I kind of did something different, you know. I'm being really creative. I know how to filmmake, I do photography. It's weird because sometimes I act like I don't know what I'm doing. And that kind of ties into imposter syndrome. It's crazy how I said imposter syndrome. But nah, imposter syndrome. Because sometimes I truly believe we are 100% capable of doing the things that we say we want to do or we're trying to do, but we trick ourselves into telling ourselves that we can't. You know, imposter syndrome isn't always, you know, the reverse, where you think you are somebody higher or, you know, quote unquote, better than you. Imposter syndrome a lot of the time shows up as insecurity, not believing in yourself, you know, telling yourself that you're not skilled enough at something to execute when deep down, you know you are. It's imposter syndrome. And a lot of times we hold ourselves back from our blessings. It's kind of like a fear of success. When you're scared of your potential, deep down it's going to show in the things that you do. Only you know what you're truly capable, and only you know if you're giving your craft 1,010%. So if you aren't giving your craft everything that you have, you kind of can't blame the outside world for your circumstances. You kind of have to own up to that. And it's a little bit of harsh truth, you know, the pill inside of this video, where a lot of the things that you want or a lot of things that you say are happening to you is because of you. Now, I'm not saying everything is, you know, completely on you, because I know a lot of things come down to circumstance. We can talk about trauma and, you know, just life all day long. But when I'm referring to your own personal goals, your own personal growth, your own spiritual alignment, those are things that you are responsible for. You know, when you really get into your creative element and you start finding peace in your day-to-day, you start realizing that there's beauty everywhere. There's an opportunity for you to create, elevate, get spiritually aligned at every second of the day. It's just kind of up to you whether or not you're going to put yourself out there and let the world see what you have to offer, or you're just going to kind of stay in your shell. And I know that's kind of difficult for introverted people, because I'm very introverted myself, putting yourself out there. But when you put yourself out there in a very confident way, like right now, you guys saw at the beginning of the video, I had to hop up here. I'm pretty sure people saw me. I'm just kind of, you know, enjoying myself. And you never know what happens when you put yourself out there. I've had a lot of opportunities come from just me asking, me speaking up, me saying, hey, this is what I want, can you help? And you'll be surprised how quick people are to help. That's something I really have to learn, and I've been learning on my journey, that people want to help. And I know it's weird saying that in a culture where everybody's like, nah, I don't need no help, you know, I got it by myself. That's cool and all, but when you really just ask somebody out the genuineness of your heart, hey, can you help me with this? You know, I need X, Y, and Z. Are you in a position? Are you in the mood? Are you just somewhere where you can help? People usually want to help. It feels good to help people. I know you. If you saw somebody on the street and you gave them even $100, $50, $20, you feel good afterwards. Just off the strength that you know that this person needed something and God blessed you and put you in a position for you to help them when they ask. You were almost answering that person's blessing, answering that person's, you know, their prayer, in other words. And we don't really realize the power of that, especially when we say we want to make a lot of money so we can help other people, so we can help communities, so we can help our family. Part of that comes in with you allowing help in your own life. You know, it kind of takes a village. You can help everybody, and you could just put your arms out everywhere and just be so emotionally there and hold space for everybody. But there's going to come a time where you need people around you who's like, hey, you know, whatever your name is, for me, hey, Jay, I got you. You know, do you need something? You know, let me help you by pouring back into your cup. If you don't have people around you who are pouring into your cup, bro, it's going to be very, very, very hard to continuously pour into other people. And that's where resentment and, envy and different things like that start coming into play. You start feeling like people are using you. You feel extorted. You feel like people are just not appreciating you. No, you were there to help that person in that season, in that moment, do whatever God calls you to do. But after that event, after that blessing, you were still supposed to be in an open energy for that same blessing to happen to you. The same way that somebody else needed something and you gave it to them, you need something. And somebody out here, bro, it's billions of people. Somebody out here, there's a lot of soul tribes. Don't sleep on your soul tribe. I know that's not something we speak upon a lot, but there's people out here that you are destined to meet, that you are supposed to meet, who are supposed to kind of go along this journey with you. Whether that's friendships, intimate relationships, business, it doesn't matter. But if you're not in the energy to where you're like, hey, I'm open to this. I'm open to new experiences. Especially if you're trying to do business. I read in this book that involuntary business is kind of like robbery. It's not even kind of like robbery. It is robbery. Voluntary business is somebody saying, I need what you have. And the reason I'm buying it from you is because I want to help you. I want to help this brand. And sometimes we don't think about it, in the moment, but subconsciously we're picking and choosing. It comes down to branding a lot of the times. If a certain brand sticks out to you the most for whatever reason, whether it's an artist and they're hitting some type of emotional point, or it's a product and, they're selling you a lifestyle or, a mindset, the only reason why you're gravitating to that is because you connected with it emotionally. So you're saying, hey, I'll buy your course. I don't have a course. For the people out there, like, hey, I'll buy your course. Hey, I'll buy your clothes. Hey, I'll buy the tickets to your show. That's them showing their appreciation. A lot of people who are in these fame and celebrity positions received a lot of help. And they don't tell you that. That's things that happen behind the scenes. But it's a lot of, hey, are you down to do this with me? Hey, can you help me do this? Hey, I got a plan. Can we just help something? The people who are in successful spaces are collaborating. They're helping each other. It's kind of the lower vibrational, the stagnant, envious energy where you start running into competition and scarcity mindsets. People at the top realize we need each other. And whether that's from, networking and, your direct peers and your direct influences, or with your community, saying to your community like, hey, I have a message. Can you guys help me spread this? Them clicking subscribe, them liking the video is them helping you. Them saying, hey, we see what you're trying to do. We support this. Keep going. You need people in your life and the energy in your life of just openness. Open your heart. It's going to be very hard for you to reach new levels, communicate, and just build if you don't have an open heart. So I guess I did enough rambling here. I just looked around and people are staring at me and stuff, man. It's whatever. So now this is supposed to be the easy part, but I don't know why getting down off of things are always the hardest. That was easier than I thought. Imagine I wasn't recording. That would have been like so tragic.